Good day, I remember your one and only property doctor. Yes, there are just few tips I want to give you as regarding property
Laba.
acquiring a properties, things that you need to know, documents that you need
Well,
to know that you must have before acquiring a properties, and things you need to do before acquiring a property. First of all, when they show you that property, when you do your feasibility study of that property, first, you must go to any ministries around you. I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about ministries that has to do with land registry. It's called land registry. Go there, check for that property. Ask if that property, the root title of that property, know about that property, know about that location, that that location is free from government acquired land, government acquisition area. First of all, check that the land is free from government acquisition area. Also, one key factor a lot of people don't do is that they fail to visit the neighbors around that property. You must go and visit the neighbors
auntie,
around that property. Neighbors around the property know more about that property than even the ministry, than even any government. Know more about that property. They know how the that place is originated, because they live there. They know about the land, they know about their land, they know about the community. So you must visit neighbors around. How, man, sir, who get this property, how this property take come about, waiting see dem wan sell this property. Or if you don't want them to know that you want to buy a property, you can just say tell that maybe if friend of yours said he's the owner of the property, or you can just say something about the property. But you must ask neighbors around about that property, because they have more insight about that property than anybody. You visiting the neighbors, you also visit the head of that area, the leader of that community, to know more about that property too. Another thing you need to do is that if the owner is not around that want to sell that property, you must make sure that there is power of attorney given to the representative on ground that want to sell that property. Power of attorney is a document written by a registered lawyer. That document is being given to the person that will represent the seller of that property. Yes, if you buy that property, that the owner is not around, they say the owner, you just use phone to talk and talk, and at the end of the day, just say buy, no worry, let me get am. No, let them sign power of attorney. Let there be a registered power of attorney on ground that you see before getting that property. Another thing that you need to ensure is that there must be community approval. Community approval is so necessary for every property. A lot of people once ask, I will talk on my next podcast and my next video on uh, community approval and CFO. So I'll be telling you more about community approval and CFO on my next video. But first of all, see, community approval is a necessary document that you need to get. Some people call it OBA approval, being written by the OBAs. But that community approval is given by that community to show that that land is given from that community. Before you can do anything, any other document, you need a community approval to show that you are really uh, buying from the community, or who bought that land before bought from the community, or whatsoever. It must be traced back to the community. So therefore, community approval is very necessary for any document. Another thing you need to ensure is that survey is a document that map out that property and ties it to your name. It map out that particular region wherever you go. Even if you come 20 years or whatever years you can come back, you will have that survey being traceable to your property. But ensure that that proper survey is not, they have something called community survey and they have government survey. Make sure that that property has government survey, not community survey. Government survey is a registered survey by the government to ensure and make sure that property is mapped out for you alone, and carrying your name on it. So you must make sure that this uh, landed property has a survey. If it doesn't have a survey, if you are the one to do that survey, make sure you do a registered survey. Another thing that is why you visit the land registry is that land, to make sure that that land does not have another survey in it, to make sure that that land does not have another does not have CFO in that land. That's why you need to visit land registry before buying any property. Another thing you need to do is to make sure when you are paying for that property, let them give you a receipt of payment. You must have receipt of payment. That will make everybody, or wherever you go to, you can prove that you actually paid for that property. I know there is something called deed of transfer, because deed of transfer is what transfer that property from the buyer, from the former owner to the new owner. Yes, from the seller to the buyer. Deed of transfer is what transfer that property from the former owner to the new owner, carrying his name on it and stating the time, date, and and uh, and amount used in buying that property, and subsequently the roots of that property is being written on it. That's why you need to engage a lawyer in carrying this process. A lot of people buy property and they go to center, those places that the document is just being printed. You just go say, I bet I don't buy land, or may they write this thing for me. They all write what is not registered by a lawyer, that cannot be attested to. You cannot present it in a law firm. When you're having a court case, you cannot present it in a court of law. You can't present it. So you must make sure a lawyer writes that deed of transfer, either deed of transfer, deed of gift, or deed of assignment. I'm going to be talking more on this aspect as we go. And also ensure that you have C of O on this property. But if the property does not have C of O, you must make sure that the C of O can be done on that property. What did I say? You must make sure that C of O can be done on the property. That's why you need to go visit the land registry before buying any property, to make sure these processes is being carried out. Thank you very much. I remain your one and only property doctor. Follow me on all my YouTube, all my channels, social media channels. I'm going to be giving you more insight on properties daily. Thank you very much.